listening to Vaquero News. Good morning, Vaqueros. I am Victor Ramirez with this week's Vaquero News. It is 9 a.m. Monday, April 26, 2021, live from the Edinburgh studio. To start off the newscast, UTRGV COVID-19 testing sites were moved to the health services clinics due to a decline in testing demand. We spoke to a university official for more details. UTRGV removed its COVID-19 drive-through sites across the Rio Grande Valley, and it is now conducting tests at the employee and student health clinics. Vice President for Administrative Support Services and Chair of the Infectious Disease Committee at UTRGV, Doug Arney, says since the demand of testing has gone down, it was decided to start pursuing it internally.
We can handle this on a day-to-day basis. So we just essentially transferred the work that was being done on the drive-up testing sites to the employee and student health sites.
Students can schedule a COVID-19 test if needed from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at 613 North Sugar Road in Edinburgh or Cortez Hall 237 in Brownsville. Employees can schedule a test during the same times and days at 1214 West Junior Street in Edinburgh or 2106 Treasure Hills Boulevard in Harlingen.
So what happens is someone who thinks they may have COVID, right? They call our case management team, and then they go through the process of the questioning and the screening process. And then if we decide that they need to get tested, the case management team will provide guidance to the student, faculty, or staff where to go get tested, and then we will notify that site that they're coming.
Arnie also explains that they are allowing employees to get tested in the health services clinic in Brownsville. Community members who want to get tested at UTRGV can call 1-833-887-4863 to schedule an appointment. Arnie says if the demand increases again, UTRGV can always switch back to drive-through testing.
We can always switch back. That's the good news, right? We know how to do it now. But we don't think that's going to be the case, hopefully, as long as you keep getting vaccinated.
According to Arnie, more than 19,600 COVID-19 tests were done in Edinburgh since the sites were first set up. Harlingen conducted over 6,100, and Brownsville had more than 3,300. For Vaquero News, I'm Victor Ramirez. The State of the Rio Grande Valley Conference was held last week virtually with a variety of topics. Reporter Rodolfo Alvarado brings more details on the event.
The UTRGV Civic Engagement Alliance, or the CEA, along with other organizations, hosted the State of the RGV Conference via Zoom on April 19th and the 20th. According to the CEA's V-Link page, the purpose of the event is to discuss topics such as legislation passed in Texas, diversity and inclusion in the Rio Grande Valley, and job opportunities at UTRGV. The conference was moderated by Political Science Senior and Vice President of Education for the CEA, Franklin White, for both days. After introducing the CEA, the conference moved on to a panel with moderator Jonathan Cruz, who is also president of the Political Science Association, and Associate Vice President of Governmental Relations at UTRGV, Richard Sanchez, where they discussed recent decisions made in the state's government. One notable question that was asked was about House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7, which have been called voter suppression bills due to them limiting early voting hours and forcing Texans to prove their disability to vote through mail. Sanchez replied by saying it will not be easy to vote.
If you're going to impose a prohibition on something, it seems that it would cut into the efficiency for the actual practice of voting.
Another topic that was talked about on day one of the conference was diversity and inclusion in the RGV. Moderated by White and environmental science sophomore Alonso Ponce, the diversity and inclusion seminar invited Associate Professor for Political Science Natasha Altima McNeely and UTRGV alumna Denise Palacios. White asked McNeely how imperative it was for diversity to be recognized and for people to be open to it. She responded,
when we as a society refuse to acknowledge these experiences or the characteristics that make us all different and unique, then we become a very closed-minded society.
Visit utrgvradio.com for the full story. For more info on any future events held by the CEA, visit their V-Link page. This is Rodolfo Alvarado for Vaquero News.
Victoria Garza reports on the first COVID-19 vaccine walk-in UTRGV held for students in Brownsville.
On Tuesday, UTRGV students had the opportunity to receive the Pfizer vaccine in the interdisciplinary academic building on the Brownsville campus at its first student walk-in. Senior Director of Clinical Operations for UT Health, Linda Nelson, explains that the inspiration for this walk-in was to provide students with a simpler way to acquire vaccines.
We wanted to make vaccinations easier access for the students. Our goal is to get as many students vaccinated as possible so we can achieve herd immunity.
Nelson acknowledges the community's hesitation to receive the vaccine, but feels that walk-ins and appointments will provide an opportunity to make a positive difference.
My concern is that your population of students is a population that COVID now is affecting very seriously. And we have a chance to save lives.
Manufacturing engineering sophomore Andres Ingram says that he was glad this walk-in took place and that with the vaccine he feels more at ease with his surroundings.
I feel very well in comfort because I know with the first dose and the second dose I'm going to be more immune in some ways and more secure.
For more information about how to get vaccinated, visit UTRGV's COVID-19 website. For Vaquero Radio, I'm Victoria Garza.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
Sports reporter Luis Rubio brings us the details on Sunday's home game between UTRGV Baseball and Seattle U.
UTRGV Baseball wins in walk-off fashion once again to take the final game of the series against Seattle U 6-5 Sunday morning at the UTRGV Baseball Stadium. With the score knotted at 5 in the ninth, UTRGV head coach Derek Matlock went to junior closer Ricky Garrick Jr. out of the bullpen to record 3 outs. Facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Red Hawks order, Garrick struck out the side on 14 pitches to earn his first win of the 2021 campaign. With a good outing during Tuesday night's 11-4 victory over Texas A&M Corpus Christi and against Seattle U, Matlock explained that Garrick's slow ascent to last year's form is more mental than mechanical.
I think his stuff's back to where he was, and he's a great competitor. He loves the ball in the biggest moment. He's got some confidence too now, and that's really what it's been. It's been confidence.
Garrick's performance set the table for the Vaqueros offense as they led off with the heart of their lineup against Red Hawk Jr. closer Alex Jamel. With the go-ahead run in scoring position, graduate second baseman Andy Atwood laid a bunt down the third base line to advance Rojas. Red Hawk Jr. third baseman Julian Kodama came charging in to get the force out at first. The throw was not in the ideal spot for senior second baseman Austin Lively covering the bag. A collision took place with the ball popping out of Lively's glove that gave Rojas enough time to cross home plate for the decisive 6th run. The Vaqueros' winning streak now inflates to 6 as they complete their second series sweep of the season after having lost 8 of their last 10 prior to the streak. Atwood explained the change in the program's mentality in a post-game news conference via Zoom.
Just showing up to the field before the game and being ready right when we step into the door. We're getting a lot closer as teammates, and a couple of our best players have gone down and we're really missing them, but that's put a chip on our shoulder.
Now the Vaqueros will look to carry the momentum over to their next series against New Mexico State on the road starting 7 p.m. Friday. For the complete story, visit utrgvradio.com. For Vaquero Radio, I'm Luis Rubio.
And now for this week's weather report. Today in Edinburgh, partly sunny with a high near of 89 degrees. Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near of 93 degrees, breezy with southeast winds. Wednesday should be mostly sunny. Thursday and Friday should have a similar weather with an average high near of 90 degrees. Today in Brownsville, partly sunny, breezy winds with southeast winds. Tuesday, mostly cloudy but going into Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near of 90 degrees. Thursday, we should expect a 20% chance of showers, but Friday it should clear up. Mostly sunny with a high near of 86 degrees. That's it for this week's weather report. Stay tuned for campus events.
And now for this week's event calendar.
Civic Engagement Alliance will host Voter Roundup Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. via Zoom. The event is to learn how to vote and find a voting location for the May 1st election. The event will also hear from the mayoral candidates for the city of McAllen. Visit the link to learn about the event. The Center for Diversity and Inclusion and Dream Resource Center will be hosting the People Series from noon to 1:30 p.m. Wednesday via Zoom to learn about the history and legacy of a Nahua woman. The People Series was designed for the UTRGV community to learn about the influential people and discuss the impact of the work. Visit the link to learn about the event or to RSVP. And that's it for today's newscast. Follow us on our social media platforms and visit our website for updates and much more. Want the chance to win cool prizes? Then participate in the Tap the App giveaway. It is open to all listeners, UTRGV and beyond. Participate through the Radio FX app to win. Only UTRGV students are eligible to win V-Bucks and the grand prize. Also, UTRGV student winners will be entered into a raffle for the ultimate prize. The giveaway is going on now until May 5th. For more details, visit our social media platforms. Also, if you have any story ideas, send us an email to radio@utrgv.edu. We will see you next Monday for our last newscast of the semester at 9 a.m. here on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station.
This has been Vaquero News.